One of the most outspoken proponents of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies is Cathie Wood, CEO of ARK Invest and a well-known contrarian investor. Despite a challenging year for the cryptocurrency sector, marked by high price volatility and regulatory pressure, Cathie is nevertheless upbeat about Bitcoin's long-term prospects. In fact, despite the current adverse trend in the cryptocurrency market, Cathie is sticking to her astounding over $1 million per Bitcoin price target by 2030. The recent price decline, in Cathie's opinion, is only a short-term setback, and the long-term prospects for Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are still promising. Cathie's continued support for Bitcoin is mostly due to its decentralized character. Bitcoin runs on a decentralized peer-to-peer network with no central authority in charge. The blockchain, a public ledger where transactions are verified and recorded, gives the network its high level of security and transparency. Additionally, Cathie thinks that Bitcoin has the ability to overthrow the conventional fiat money system, which is governed by governments and central banks. Because of its scarcity and anti-inflationary characteristics, Bitcoin is a desirable alternative to conventional money, especially as worries about inflation and currency depreciation continue to rise. The growing use of blockchain technology is another factor contributing to Cathie's optimism in the long-term potential of Bitcoin. Outside cryptocurrencies, blockchain technology has a number of uses, such as decentralized finance, supply chain management, and digital identity verification. The demand for Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies is probably going to rise as more businesses and organizations look into these use cases. It is reasonable for Cathie to be upbeat about the prospects of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin's value has greatly increased over the last few years, with all-time highs earlier this year of over $60,000 per coin. Although there has been a lot of market volatility and pressure from the government, the long-term trend for Bitcoin has been one of growth and rising general acceptance. Despite the recent decline in pricing, Cathie is still certain that Bitcoin's worth will increase in the long run. She also said that Bitcoin would eventually achieve a market cap of $10 trillion, translating to a price of more than $500,000 per coin. To be clear, there are risks associated with investing in cryptocurrencies. The market for digital assets is extremely erratic, and price changes can be large and sudden. Also, there are a number of regulatory risks that investors need to be aware of as the landscape of regulation surrounding cryptocurrencies is still developing. Despite these dangers, Cathie is nevertheless hopeful about the ability of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies to transform the financial sector and a number of other sectors outside of it. Cryptocurrencies are likely to become more widely used and accepted as more institutions and investors realize how valuable they are, which will raise their prices and market capitalization. The extraordinary price forecast of over $1 million per Bitcoin set by Cathie Wood for the year 2030 has generated a lot of buzz among investors. Yet, as several experts have noted, it would take an extraordinary achievement to reach this price target between now and 2030, requiring an average annual rise of just over 34%. Consider the historical returns of other investment opportunities like the stock market or real estate to put this into perspective. The S&P 500 shows that during the past century, the stock market has generated yearly returns that have averaged roughly 10%. In a similar vein, real estate investments typically yield returns of between 5 and 10% annually. The potential rewards from investing in Bitcoin are simply astounding when compared to these rates. It is understandable why Cathie Wood's price objective has aroused such enthusiasm and interest among investors. Reaching an average annual gain of just over 34% would be a tremendous effort. It's crucial to remember that there are risks associated with buying Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. The market for digital assets is extremely erratic, and price changes can be large and sudden. Also, there are a number of regulatory risks that investors need to be aware of as the landscape of regulation surrounding cryptocurrencies is still developing. It's also critical to think about any hazards connected to investing in a specific asset, like Bitcoin. Although the potential rewards are undoubtedly alluring, it is not wise to put all of one's money into a single asset because doing so exposes the investor to high risks. As a result, it's critical for investors to use a diversified investment plan that incorporates a variety of assets such as stocks, bonds, real estate, and cryptocurrencies. Investors can lower their risk exposure and boost their chance of long-term gains by diversifying their portfolio. The CEO of ARK Invest, Cathie Wood, is known for making audacious projections about cutting-edge technologies, and her most recent forecast for the price of Bitcoin by 2030 is no exception. While some may consider her price target of over $1 million per Bitcoin to be unduly optimistic, it is important to note that her prior forecasts for other assets with exponential growth, like Tesla, have come true, earning her widespread recognition and notoriety in the investment community. Cathie recently discussed why she and her company are still quite bullish on Bitcoin and Ethereum going into 2023 in an interview with Bloomberg. Her optimism is mostly due to the growing institutional and corporate embrace of cryptocurrencies. Some well-known businesses have declared large investments in Bitcoin over the past year, including Tesla, Square, and MicroStrategy. This indicates a rising acceptance of cryptocurrencies as a legitimate asset class. The market for digital assets has also gained additional legitimacy thanks to the investments made in Bitcoin by a number of institutional investors, including hedge funds and asset managers. The growing widespread acceptance of blockchain technology has also influenced Cathie's bullish prognosis for Bitcoin and Ethereum. The demand for cryptocurrencies is projected to rise as more businesses and organizations investigate the potential applications of blockchain technology, which will raise prices and market capitalization. As worries about currency depreciation and inflation continue to rise, Cathie again emphasized the potential for Bitcoin and Ethereum to act as a store of value and a hedge against inflation. Bitcoin is an appealing alternative to conventional currencies because of its scarcity and deflationary characteristics, especially in light of the continued printing of trillions of dollars by central banks worldwide to support their economies. Furthermore, Cathie thinks that recent regulatory constraints on cryptocurrencies would ultimately benefit the industry, since they will create regulatory clarity and legitimacy for the market for digital assets. Market stability and institutional investor appeal are anticipated to increase as regulatory frameworks governing cryptocurrencies continue to change. Technology and innovation are strongly supported by Cathie Wood, CEO of ARK Invest. Her investment philosophy is based on recognizing disruptive innovations that have the potential to transform the world. Cathie recently discussed why, despite recent turbulence in the IT sector, she is still very optimistic about technology and innovation in an interview with Bloomberg. The quickening pace of technological advancement is one of the main factors contributing to Cathie's optimism. A number of technological advances have occurred during the previous 10 years, including the widespread usage of smartphones, the emergence of social media, and the expansion of artificial intelligence and machine learning. However, Cathie thinks that the current market turbulence in the tech industry is just a temporary setback and that the long-term outlook for innovation and technology is still favorable. Although there may be short-term changes in trends that are driving technical innovation are still in place and will support the expansion of the IT industry. Cathie also discussed Elon Musk's recent takeover of Twitter, which generated controversy in the financial sector. While Musk's tweets may be divisive, Cathie claims that they are a reflection of the increasing market sway that technology leaders now enjoy. The impact of tech titans like Musk will only increase as technology plays a larger and larger part in our lives. This means that while making investment selections, investors must be conscious of the potential market influence that these leaders may have. Cathie also underlined the significance of making investments in businesses based on their fundamentals as opposed to the views of industry titans or other market influencers. The core principles of a corporation would ultimately decide its long-term performance, even though the views of these people can be significant. In conclusion, Cathie Wood's optimistic outlook on technology and innovation is supported by a number of variables, such as the quickening speed of technological advancement, the expanding influence of tech industry titans like Elon Musk, and the long-term trends fueling the sector's expansion. Although the recent market volatility may worry some investors, Cathie is still upbeat about the long-term prospects for the technology industry and is convinced that the fundamentals of innovative businesses will ultimately be the key to their long-term growth and success. For investors hoping to profit from these developments, it's crucial to adopt a long-term outlook and concentrate on making investments in businesses with solid fundamentals and game-changing innovations. In conclusion, Cathie Wood's opinions on innovation and technology provide useful viewpoints for investors hoping to profit from long-term growth trends. It's crucial to concentrate on the core principles of innovative businesses with disruptive technologies that have the ability to alter the world, even while market volatility and the influence of tech leaders can be worrisome. Cathie's upbeat view on innovation and technology is unquestionably something investors should take into account if they want to diversify their holdings and profit from new trends.